Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Students, now next question is which of the following has a bond order of 1.75, my dear students? Should see all these are resonating structure. You know how to find bond order of resonating structure. It's very simple. Also, I told actually, for example, the answer is 2, that I will explain why it is 2. The resonating structure of this one is like this. This is actually O4 minus. Understood? Chloride having 7 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 electrons. Okay, chloride 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 valency electron, chloride electron. My dear students, look at this. And this is actually here 2 double bond between oxygen, here 2 double bond between oxygen, here 2 double bond between oxygen, here 1 single bond. Why means only 7 valency electron is present in a chloride. Understood? So this is actually structure of ClO4 minus. My dear students, how to find if there any resonating structure is there, how to find that particular bond order? That's very simple. You have to write number of resonating structure of that particular. See, this I can write like this. The same I can write like this also. The same I can write like this also. So 4 resonating structure is possible. This double bond moves here, this double bond moves here, this double bond moves here. So each time that double bond delocalization is possible. So oxygen negative charge changes here to here, here to here, here to here, like that it changes. Understood? It's possible. So here 4 resonating structure is possible. Then how to find bond order in resonating structure means bond order is equal to, I will tell you, simple formula, number of bonds between Cl and O divided by number of resonance structure. Resonance structure. So my dear students, here number of bonds between Cl and O, chloride and O, is how many bonds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In any structure, resonant structure, number of bonds between Cl and, sorry, here Cl, okay, not C, okay, my dear students. Between Cl and O means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So number of bonds between Cl and O in any resonance structure, in any of the resonance structure, not in all structure together, in any of the resonance structure, number of bonds between Cl and O in any of the resonance structure, any of the resonance structure, you can consider any of the resonance structure. Understood? So it is 7, and total number of resonance structure, total number of resonance structure, it is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 resonance structure is possible, my dear students. So 7 divided by 4 is 1.75. So 1.75 is ClO4 minus. Remaining all carbonate you have to write. Nitrate also you can find like this only. Very simple, my dear students. It's not big deal actually to find. See how to write the resonance form of that particular, how many resonance is possible, that if you once you come to know that okay, this many resonance form is possible, okay, easily you can find out. Understood? No doubt. Alright students, next question. Which sequence correctly describes the relative bond strength of oxygen molecule? Superoxide ion, peroxide ion and ED positive oxygen molecule. Just actually superoxide, peroxide is given actually. Superoxide, peroxide molecules is given. O2, 2 minus, O2, uni positive, this one O2 plus. They are just given, okay, name of that. Don't get to worry about the tense about this particular. What is superoxide? What is peroxide? It is given actually. Okay, O2 bond is there. O bonding is actually peroxide bonding. This is actually peroxide bonding. 2 minus is there, superoxide actually. Uni positive, that is plus charge, plus 1. Okay, leave it. You know that I given one list how to find out actually. If it contains 10 electron, 11 electron, 12 electron, 13 electron, 14 electron, 15 electron, 16 electron, 17 electron. If it is 14, 3 bond order, 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1, here 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1. Like this actually bond order and everything is settled. Correct now my dear students? Okay. My dear students, very important thing is in this one, 10 gives 1.0, 11 gives 1.5, 12 gives 2, 13 gives 2.5, 14 gives 3, 15 gives 2.5, like that, order this one, everything. Okay. So we have to find number of electron in this one. O2 plus, it is over already. O2 plus how much? O2 is 16. 16 minus 1. Here plus 1 is there, minus 1. Minus 1 is 17 electron. Correct no my dear students? Sorry, not 17. Mass. Okay, 15 electron. O2 minus means 1 extra electron is there. 16 plus 1. That means 17 electron. Next is O2 minus. 2 minus means 16 plus 2 electron. Total 18 electron my dear students. Next O2. O2 means 16 electron. So we have to write actually relative bond strength of oxygen. Bond strength. Which series is correct? You have to find out. See, first which comes my dear students? 15. Next, see, first O2 plus comes. Highest relative bond strength. Highest, highest I will write this one. O2 2 minus. O2 2 minus. Okay, which one you want? O2 plus, okay. Lower to increasing order we will write, okay. Increasing order of bond strength. Increasing order of bond strength. Okay, my dear students, look at this. 15 electron here it is given. O2 plus. O2 plus means I can write here O2 plus. Next which one? O2 plus. Next which one? Next which one? O2. Next which one? O2 minus. Next which one? O2 2 minus. So O2 plus, O2 minus, O2 2 minus. So relative bond strength. Strength is depends on, my dear students, very important thing is, look at this actually. Here I will write my dear students, if it is 15 electron, what is the bond strength? Oh, 1 minute my dear students. It is not like that, sorry. Okay. Here 15 electron means bond order is how much? Bond order, find out 15 electron, 2.5. Okay. And 17 electron, bond order is how much my dear students? 1.5. Okay. Then 18 electron, bond order is how much my dear students here? 1. 16 electron, again bond order is how much? 2. So relative bond strength, which one has highest bond strength my dear students? O2 plus 2.5. Then which one? 2, O2, 2. Next which one, my dear students? 1.5, which one? O2 minus. Next O2, 2 minus. So here 1.5, 1 like this. So highest bond, highest to lowest. That means decreasing order I wrote, okay? Decreasing order. So one which having highest is O2 plus. Bond order is number of bond increases, bond strength also increases. Remember that. Number of bond increases, bond strength also increases. Bond strength also increases. My dear students, very important concept is here. Highest bond order is 2.5, bond strength is highest for O2 plus, and second highest is oxygen O2. So bond strength is next highest. So first you have to find number of electrons. Based on that we are given with one trick. 10 electron 1.0, 11 electron 1.5. This is actually electron number, this is actually bond order. Bond order. Understood? 12 electron bond order is 2, 13 electron bond order is 2.5. So you count the number of electron and in front of that you write number of bond order. Bond order increases, bond strength also increases. My dear students, highest bond order for O2 plus. So bond strength is highest in O2 plus. Next is O2, then O2 minus, O2 2 minus. So which format is correct? Minus. O2 plus greater bond strength compared to O2 and O2 minus compared to O2 2 minus. So bond strength increases with the bond order increases. Okay, if bond order increases, bond strength also increases. Note down, my dear students. My dear students, here the question is the bond energy in NO, NO plus, NO minus follows. So first of all I will give you, my dear students, bond energy directly proportional to bond order. More is the bond order, more energy is required to break that bond. Understood? Bond energy means energy required to break that particular bond. If it is triple bond, bond order is more. 3, order is 3. For example, my students, I will write here nitrogen, nitrogen, triple bond, oxygen, oxygen, double bond, hydrogen, hydrogen, single bond. Here bond order is actually 3. Here number of bonds between this one is 2. Here 1. If more is the bond order, bond energy also high. High means highest energy is required to break that particular bond. 3 bond is there, highest energy is required to break that particular. That means bond energy increases with the increase in bond order. When the bond order increases, bond energy also increases. My dear students, please note down this particular, very important. Bond energy increases with the increase in bond order. Okay, it's very important. No doubt. Okay, here in this one, NO plus, number of electrons, carbon 7 plus oxygen 8, here plus 1 is there, means minus 1. So how much, my dear students? 8 plus 7, 15, minus 1, 14 electron. 14 electron means 3 bond order. That we have that formula or trick. 14 electron, 3 bond order. 3 bond order. My dear students, next is NO. nitrogen 7 electron, oxygen 8 electron, 8 electron, total 15 electron. 15 electron means how much? 2.5 bond order. Next, NO minus, my dear students. Here in this one, N is 7, oxygen is how much? 8, plus 1, minus 1 is there means plus 1. 8 plus 8, 16 electron. 16 electron means 2 bond order. Okay. So, which one has highest? Here you have to find out bond energy. Highest bond energy is required to break NO plus, because bond order is 3. Highest energy is required. Next NO. Next NO minus. So, is there any series is there? NO plus, NO minus. Option 2 is correct. Highest bond energy is required to break NO triple bond. Next NO plus double bond. Then not double bond, 2.5. Okay. Next this one double bond. So my dear students, if bond order increases, number of bonds between two atoms increases, more energy is required to break that particular bond. So this one is correct, bond energy. My dear students, next question. Which of the following molecular orbitals has two nodal plane? Which one having two nodal plane? Sigma 2s, pi 2py, pi star 2py, sigma star. So, imagine 2s and 2s. 2s orbital forms molecular orbital. That even bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular. Bonding molecular orbital, it gives a bigger one, understood, like this. So sigma 2s. So there is no nodal plane in this particular sigma 2s. Okay, bigger one. My dear students, pi 2py and pi means pi bonding of 2py, 1 2py, another 2py atomic orbitals join together. Here plus is there, here plus is there, here minus is there, minus here. Bonding means how it gives actually bigger one, here plus and here minus. So it forms like this. Understood? Here one nodal plane passes through this particular one nodal plane. Okay, these two combine and it gives like this. And pi star 2py, pi star means anti-bonding, my dear students. Pi star means 2py plus minus sign, and here plus, okay, here minus plus. So how it gives actually, my dear students? Here plus minus plus. So here two nodal plane is there, two nodal plane, here one, here one. So here two nodal plane present in pi star 2py, my dear students, pi star 2py. Sigma star means how it gives, my dear students? Sigma means like this, minus plus plus minus. Okay, this gives actually bigger one, here minus, okay, minus plus, here minus plus. Here it gives like this, my dear students. Here plus minus like this. One nodal plane. So two nodal plane is present in pi star 2py. Okay. See my dear students, here sigma 1s is there. Sigma 1s, how to write sigma 1s my dear students? Tell me. My dear students, please note that how this 2px, these are two atomic orbitals with the same sign. It overlap means it gives addition of atomic orbitals that I explained in MOT theory. Clearly you go through that video once. Adding this 2 plus plus and gives bigger plus and one nodal plane. This is pi 2px. Understood? Adding plus here, plus of one 2px orbital minus of another 2px. This is actually subtraction that you studied. First one is addition. Subtraction gives this type of pi star 2px. Here two nodal plane, here one and here one. Two nodal plane is present in this word. Because sigma 2pz, my dear students, here plus plus is added, that means plus plus overlapping is gives bigger one. It is bonding molecular orbital sigma, and here 2 sigma 2pz, and plus minus overlapping means it gives anti-bonding. There is no bond, only one nodal plane is present, my dear students. Here 1s atomic orbital combines and gives bigger 1s, so there is no nodal plane in this one. Sigma star 1s means 1s it gives plus and minus. Okay, so sigma star one nodal plane that I explained. Just to go through this one, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about NEET JEE topic. This one, bond angle. Okay, the question is bond angle in H2S is greater than ammonia, same as in beryllium chloride, greater than H2S selenium, less than H2O, same as in CH4. It is given. Okay, different options are given, my dear students. So in this one, my dear students, very important concept is actually, okay, here bond angle decreases with the decrease in electronegativity of central atom. Decrease in electronegativity of central atom. That means bond angle increases with the increased electronegativity of, here note down, bond angle decreases with the, note down that particular, decrease in electronegativity of central okay. So order of this particular is, my dear students, order of this particular, it gives H2O bond angle greater than H2S greater than H2 selenium. Why means oxygen electronegativity. So based on that we are telling H2O greater bond angle, highest electronegativity. So more is the electronegativity, more bond angle, here it is given as per this one particular. Understood? H2S next hydrogen selenium. Okay, this particular is given. So based on this we can tell that H2S bond angle greater than H2Se less than H2O, because H2O is highest bond angle, high bond angle increases, less, so greater than this particular, less than this water. So answer is 3. So my dear students, note down central atom means here water, oxygen is central atom. So electronegativity of this one increases, bond angle increases in this particular. Understood? So here H2S, S is central atom, electronegativity is less compared to oxygen. Sulfur electronegativity is less. Okay, note down my dear students. So what happens? Bond angle also less. So water having highest bond angle compared to H2S compared to selenium, hydrogen selenium. This one selenium is next smallest, this one. Okay. So note down this point, my dear students. So it is given in a technical way, it is given H2S greater than hydrogen selenium, it is explained here, less than H2O. Very simple, my dear students. They asked H2S bond angle, I understood. H2S less than greater than H2SE less than H2O. It is explained here actually. Okay, note on this point, my dear students. Okay, my dear students, next question is carbon dioxide is isostructural with which of the following? Isostructural means same structure. That I given the list actually. In that list I explained this one is particular, this one finding hybridization easily you can identify, okay, this is the structure, this is the geometry of that particular. My dear students, here carbon dioxide is which geometry it is actually, that you have to find out first. Carbon actually half into 4, okay. That what happens, my dear students, half into 4 means you are getting actually 2 sp hybridization. Sp means linear. Okay, in this one which one is linear? Mercury chloride is a linear structure, that I give an example for linear structure. So mercury chloride is linear structure. So mercury chloride is isostructural with the carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is same as mercury chloride structure. So it is called isostructural. Note down, my dear students, isostructural, same structure. Understood? Same shape. This is linear, this is also linear. Carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide. Okay, note down, my dear students. Okay. My dear students, next question. The pair of molecules forming strongest hydrogen bonds are silicon hydride and silicon hexafluoride, and this acetone and CaCl3. Understood? And here carboxylic acid and another carboxylic acid. Understood? Okay, here something is missing, no? Here one OH is missing, CH3COOH. Okay. Next H2O and hydrogen. Okay, among this which one forms strongest hydrogen bond? This is a question. Question answer is 3. Carboxylic acid forms strongest hydrogen bond, my dear students. Please note down. Okay, how it forms hydrogen bond? Oxygen of this carboxylic acid, another carboxylic acid. I will write here, my dear students. See, this is actually hydrogen bonding. This is also hydrogen bonding. This is one carboxylic acid. This is another carboxylic acid. Another carboxylic acid. So, carboxylic acid forms strongest hydrogen bonding. Please now note down, my dear students. Okay. Okay, my dear students, next question is KF, potassium fluoride, combines with the HF, hydrogen fluoride, to forms KHF2, KHF, not KGF, okay, it is KHF2, KGF2, KHF2, the compound contains the species K plus F minus and H plus, K plus F minus and HF, K plus and HF whole bracket minus, and KHF minus and F2. Which one? Compound containing species, that you have to find out, my dear students. This one, my dear students, very important is KF combines with the HF to form KHF2. The compound contains species. Question. So, which type of species can form? My dear students, very important thing. Hydrogen can form hydrogen bond with another fluoride. So, it will form HF like this, hydrogen bonding. This is hydrogen bonding. So, the species that can form like this, H forms bond with another hydrogen fluoride like this. Okay, it is minus. Okay, this is actually nothing but H2 HF2, okay, 1 minute, correction. HF2 my dear students, next is out of the two compounds shown below, the vapor pressure, Vp I wrote, okay. Vp means not VIP, vapor pressure of B at a particular temperature is expected to, understood, out of the two compounds shown below vapor pressure, 1 minute, question I will check once again, out of the two compounds shown below, the vapor pressure of B at a particular temperature. So this is compound A, my dear students, this is compound B. Options are given, my dear students, higher than that of A and lower than that of A, same as that of A. Fourth option is can be higher or lower depending upon size of the vessel. My dear students, very simple, my dear students, this is actually para-nitrophenol, okay. Next one is B is actually orthonitrophenol. My dear students, the very important point is in this one, very important point is A and B are two things given. A is para-nitrophenol, B is orthonitrophenol. This two what we can see means, my dear students, which one forms intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bond? See, orthonitrophenol, my dear students, I will write here that ortho compound. Orthonitrophenol always forms hydrogen bonding. Which hydrogen bonding? Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So what happens, because of within molecule it forms hydrogen bonding, it is intramolecular hydrogen bonding, that I explained. This one forms intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Electronegative of this one will form bond with the another or para-nitrophenol. How it forms actually, I will show you, my dear students, here. Okay, just I will show you. This is one para-nitrophenol. It will form, this hydrogen will form bond with the oxygen of another para-nitrophenol. Another para-nitrophenol. This is like, this is actually like, this is one para-nitrophenol, this is another para-nitrophenol. Actually, electronegative oxygen of this para-nitrophenol forms bond with the hydrogen of another para-nitrophenol. These two molecules are different. It is nothing but intermolecular hydrogen bonding formation takes place. In this case, intramolecular ortho compound forms intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So it exists as a monomer, single compound. My dear students, here this one is there, okay. This exists as a monomer. Monomer means only one compound is there. Dimer means two compounds are there, means dimer. Trimer means three compounds are there, means tetramer means four compounds are there, means tetramer. Here what we can see means, my dear students, very important concept is this forms monomer, and here it forms dimer. Dimer means more than one compound is there, intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So because it exists as a monomer, single compound, vapor pressure of this one is highest compared to this one. A is higher than B. That means option B is correct, my dear students. Write down. Sorry, option. Where is there any other option? Can be higher or lower depending upon the size of the vessel. Which one is given? Okay. in this one option higher than that of A. Once again, out of the two compounds shown below, vapor pressure of B at a particular temperature is expected to be vapor pressure. Okay. So this forms intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So bond is stronger. Okay. So what happens? Intramolecular hydrogen bonding. This is actually forms associated molecules. Two molecules are joined together. So in this case, okay, very important thing is actually, my dear students, here this bond is stronger in this case. Okay, bond is stronger. So you can see this paranitrophenol gives more vapors. So easily it breaks intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it breaks easily compared to intramolecular. So it gives more vapors compared to this one. So which one has the highest vapor pressure? Higher than that of A, because this gives highest vapor pressure. Which one? Paranitrophenol. Vapor pressure means when you heat that particular, immediately that bond breaks and it comes out as a vapor. Which one gives vapor highest? This one, because it is very easy to break this bond compared to intra. So vapor pressure is higher than that of A. To compare to ortho, para, vapor pressure is more. No doubt. Okay, my dear students, is very simple question. Question only little difficult, but it's very simple. If E is the energy, E means total energy, my dear students, total energy of combining atomic orbital. So I already explained, this is one atomic orbital, another atomic orbital. These two are combined and it gives one bonding molecular, another one anti-bonding. This is BMO, this is anti-BMO. This is given, I explained these terms and everything. So this forms like this, my dear students. This is higher energy, this is lower energy. Okay. So what happens? Combining atomic orbitals, E1 and E2 are the energies of bonding. So BMO, bonding molecular orbital energy is mentioned E1, anti-bonding is mentioned E2, my dear students. These two are atomic orbitals combined. It gives two atomic orbital combines two molecular orbital. One is bonding molecular orbital, anti-bonding molecular orbital. Bonding molecular orbital mentioned E1, anti-bonding orbital are mentioned E2. My dear students, what we can see in this one, very important thing, they are given, okay, bond energies of bonding E1 and E2 of anti-bonding molecular orbital also given. So here E minus E1 greater than E2 minus E1. What is this E1, E2 minus greater than? So it's very simple, my dear students. Total energy minus E1 means energy of bonding orbital is less. Very simple. E minus E1. For example, what do you mean by E minus E1 means? Bonding orbital, this is E2 minus E1. E2 means higher energy minus atomic orbital energy. That means always E2 means anti-bonding orbital. Okay, this is anti-bonding orbital. Higher energy minus anti-bonding orbital energy minus atomic orbital, because atomic orbital energy having highest. So anti-bonding orbital energy. This is bonding molecular orbital energy. So very simple, bonding molecular orbital energy E minus E1 is less compared to anti-bonding. Option which one is correct, my dear students? This one. E minus E1 is less compared to E2 minus E. That is nothing but this indicates that total energy minus bonding molecular orbital. That means less energy. Less energy means bonding molecular orbital BMO minus anti-BMO, anti-bonding. Anti-bonding having highest energy, because higher energy minus atomic orbital energy. The simplest indication is given. Understood? Tricky question. Okay, this is correct answer. So bonding orbital energy is less than anti-bonding molecular orbital energy. Note down, my dear students. Option B is correct. 2.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.